Am I the idiot? I was given pregnancy tests and baby things as a gift. Sorry if my English is bad. My husband and I were moving into our new house over Christmas. We asked for no gifts or just gift cards because of our move-in. Most people respected this, but not his mother. Sunday she and my father-in-law stopped by with our holiday gift. She does not like to give gift cards or money for gifts for some reason. Inside the gift were 2 pregnancy tests, a teddy bear dressed as a baby, and a calendar for tracking cycles. I was very surprised when I opened the gift. My husband and I had talked about kids, but neither of us is ready, not now with the virus and things being the way they are. He is the oldest of his siblings and is the only one without kids. His mother is impatient. She always asks when we will give her more grandkids. This is such a useless gift and is not appreciated. I feel pressured to have babies by her so often. I told her they weren't going to be used anytime soon, so they would be better returning the gifts or giving them to someone else who would use them. She was upset of course, but said I keep them just in case, and it feels like she is undermining me again. I threw away the tests and toy and calendar after they left. My husband thinks I am overreacting and they just want to encourage us, but this is overstepping to me. Maybe I should not have been rude about the gift, but I was so taken by the gift and it was off-putting. His mother thinks I was disrespectful denying the gift like I did. She does not know I threw them away. My husband tried to get the gifts from the trash as we might use them later on, but I said no, leave them there, and he thinks I am wrong and wasteful for what I am doing. I think this gift is so rude, so denying it cannot be worse in my opinion. Not the idiot. This is way beyond overstepping. This is overjumping and then grabbing a plane and speeding ahead through a black hole to an alternate universe where such behavior would still be inappropriate. Your mother-in-law is disrespectful and this behavior is disgusting. Your husband also needs to step up and tell his mother to back off. Telling you you're overreacting is both untrue and enabling her to do something similar in the future. Not the idiot. It would be like if you started bringing her retirement home brochures just in case. Pressuring someone to make a major life choice isn't okay. Edit. Okay, this got more votes than I was expecting. I honestly find it very funny that when typing it I changed nursing home to retirement home because I thought the former was too mean, and people in the comments are suggesting significantly meaner things, lol. To be clear, I'm not suggesting you actually do this, for what I hope are obvious reasons. Not the idiot. It's none of her business when or if you ever decide to have kids, and giving you such a gift is inappropriate and gross. Also, what if you were unable to have kids? What an insensitive and triggering gift this would be. Not the idiot. That is so tacky. Also, you have a mild husband issue, not a mother-in-law or father-in-law issue. He should stand beside you. He's undermining you. Mother-in-law and father-in-law may be rude, but your partner is your more serious problem here. He needs to shut them down and stand united with you. Am I the idiot? For having my mum change my school so I wouldn't be in the same school as my step-siblings? This happened 12 years ago. When I, 22F, was 5, my parents divorced. My parents split custody of me for a year before it was agreed by a judge that I did not adjust well to 50-50, and then my mum became my primary parent. My dad remarried when I was 9. His wife ended up sending her kids to the same school as me and I hated it. It was especially bad at first when I was pushed to be their helper and get them settled. After about 4 months I asked my mom if she would let me change schools because she had decision-making regarding schools, not sure why. She did. My dad was so mad. But at the time he didn't know I had asked. Until recently. I'm not actually sure how he found out. I think I might have told some family members and maybe one of my cousins let it slip, but I don't know. He called me up ranting about how awful it was and how I needed to apologize to my step-siblings for trying to create such a distance. He told me I owed him an apology too for not being upfront and letting him know. He said they had been so sad when I left the school and they really liked seeing me through the week at school, and that the reason we're not close today is all because of me and it is wrong. He said I would plenty old enough to accept that siblings go to the same school where possible. I told him I had nothing to apologize for. But do I? Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. If your dad didn't give you a heads up or ask permission for the kids to attend your school, you certainly didn't need their permission to leave the school. This was bad enough that as a little kid you asked to be moved to a new school away from everyone you knew. Your mum apparently saw the toll it was taking on you and did that, you asked, but it was her choice as your guardian. Your dad and stepmom apparently put way too much pressure on you, and your dad is still of that opinion. Not the idiot, and neither is your mum. Not the idiot. It wasn't your job to help your dad play happy family. Not the idiot. It wouldn't surprise me if your dad has been using this as an example to trash on your mom for a long time. That's why it came up and why he's mad. Someone eventually corrected him. Anyway, it is inappropriate to rage on your adult child for something they did before puberty. Not the idiot. Even bio siblings can struggle a bit when their siblings attend the same school, but at least when it's bio siblings you're usually separated by grades, year groups, and aren't expected to settle your own siblings into school. It wasn't your responsibility to be these kids' helper. You didn't have to show them around, share your friends, or even acknowledge them in any way. They were forced on you and you felt awkward enough that you felt you had to leave your established school and go somewhere else. That's massive for a kid. I'm glad your mother heard you out and found you a new school. You don't owe your father or his stepkids an apology. You didn't do this at them. You did it for yourself. Self-care is love. I'm glad you could advocate for yourself at 9. Would I be the idiot if I didn't change my wedding date to accommodate my fiancé's niece? Throw away to post this. I'll try to keep this short and sweet. Apologies if it comes off as abrupt. My 28F fiancé, 31M, and I are getting married in a year and a half. We've reserved the ceremony and reception venues and are waiting on final numbers before we pay, so the actual changing of the date isn't a big problem in that respect. Our wedding date is within term time in England, and my future mother-in-law and father-in-law expressed deep concern and upset at this, because my fiancé's 5-year-old niece will miss some school, which we've been told is not going to happen. They also feel robbed because we're not having wedding parties, so no groomsmen, bridesmaids, or a flower girl, what they were gunning for. We did say that this is the date that we decided on a year ago. We've told the 40 people coming that this is the date so that they have time to get the funds to come to the wedding. His family is minted. Mine are not. It's in Eastern Europe, so the flights and living costs are pretty good, so everyone has said that they're excited to come, just waiting to send out the invitations until we come out of current restrictions. They've asked us to change the date to either the week off that kids get in May, or in the summer holidays. There are a couple of issues. My family is not well off, and the prices for flights and accommodation more than double outside of term time, so it would be more of a burden for them than it would be for my fiancé's family. Secondly, my PhD confirmation is in the May week off and can only be extended. Hella paperwork, plus stressing during the wedding time, as is my cousin's master's thesis deadline. We also said that the wedding itself isn't the most kid-friendly, hence no other children coming, since it'll be a long, hot day, and the reception is on the waterfront. If fiancé's sister is happy to bring though, then great. This is also why we're having a big party in England the month after our glorified elopement, so all the kids in the extended family and friends can come, and we can still have our dream wedding that we've genuinely been excited about discussing for like 4 years. I thought this would be the best of both worlds. We get our small, sunny, pizza and beer wedding, but we can have a bigger, less formal party for everyone. My fiancé thinks we should just change the date and my family will just have to make it work. I'm less keen because as someone who hasn't known financial struggle at all, he doesn't fully understand what a burden that would be. I tried to explain and his reaction was fine. I'll tell sister-in-law that niece can't come. I think I'm the asshole because she's family, and doesn't get to be the flower girl, so we should accommodate her, but I don't think I'm the asshole because it's a bloody wedding. We're having, essentially, a second wedding afterward, and it's a financial burden on several members of my immediate family. Of course, I want her there, but would I be the idiot for not rescheduling my wedding for her? Not the idiot. At age 5, missing a few days of school isn't a huge deal. It's not like she's having surgery or something else that is crucial. You can't plan your wedding around everybody else's lives. As you well pointed out, no matter what date you pick, somebody is going to be inconvenienced. The parents are going to have to make a choice whether or not they're going to plan to have her miss a few days of school or plan to have someone care for her while they go. Or I guess not go at all. The reality is your fiancé is asking you to inconvenience several people on your side so one person isn't inconvenienced on his. And that's not fair. Also not sure why one 5-year-old missing at absolute most 5 days of school is more important than doubling the financial burden to 20-40 people. Well, in fairness, schools in England have a very strict attendance policy. But if there's a will, there's a way. Secondly, it's highly unlikely the kid will remember the wedding in the first place. So making that many people spend additional money to keep the girl's parents happy is just absurd. Not the idiot. I wonder if there's another reason besides kids' extremely important education for them to be so insistent on a change of date. Do they have another thing planned? Seems odd to inconvenience an entire family for just a few days worth of school. Parents in the UK get fined for taking children out of school during term time. It can even escalate, in severe circumstances, to legal issues. Not the idiot, but it probably means that your fiancé's sibling can't attend the wedding when they would love to. You can get the absence noted by the school as an agreed absence and pay the fine. Honestly, the fine is often less than the cost of airfares in the school holidays too. The fine was mainly introduced as a measure against ongoing absence, not one-off family events.